Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel. And today's video, I was just thinking about what other kind of videos I want to make for you guys, and I have so many ideas, and I was trying to consider what would be the best video that I could make for my next video. And what I came up with was a video kind of about managing expectations, kind of finding the balance between productivity and relaxation, and overall just taking care of yourself and learning how to relax while also being productive and not beating yourself up if you make mistakes or you miss something or whatever. Like I was talking about like I've been talking about in all my videos since I started making videos. Just being able to talk about these things for myself is very cathartic and really helpful for me to just get it out and talk about. But also I want to obviously provide you all with suggestions as to what you could possibly do to deal with these certain things in life. And I'm at a point where I'm gonna be 21 in February, like I've talked about. I'm at a point, a very pivotal point in my development and my transition into adulthood, and I really want to make sure that I'm openly, honestly discussing with you guys what it's like to grow up at this point and like my specific life and my specific ways of managing my issues in life. And you guys know that I've always had problems, and I've always found it not only cathartic for me but really helpful for you guys, for me to just openly, honestly, nonchalantly, extemporaneously, authentically talk to you guys about what I deal with and how I deal with it. So for today's video, I really just wanted to focus on kind of managing expectations and balance in life. Those were like the main two things I wanted to cover and focus on in this video. So I've talked about these things in the past in other videos and articles and podcast episodes, but I really wanted to just kind of make one video of me just talking about all of this stuff. So as you guys know, I have mental health issues. I have anxiety, I have depression, I have borderline personality disorder, and I have an eating disorder, and all of these things combined is a lot to deal with, and it's very emotionally taxing, it's physically taxing, it fucks with and skews my mental state, my perceptions of things. It has a large impact on how I live my life. I don't allow it, as I would recommend to anybody, is I do not allow it to contribute to my identity as a human being. I'm aware and I accept that I have mental health issues, but I don't allow those mental health issues to define who I am as a person or define my behaviors in any way. It definitely, like I said, it contributes to how I act and how I behave, what I say, what I do, stuff like that. It does contribute to that significantly, but it doesn't contribute to my identity or my personality in any way. At least I don't think so, and I would do anything I can to prevent that, because I don't want my mental health issues to infiltrate who I am as a person. And I think I've done the best I possibly could with what I've been given in terms of dealing with that. It's always hard, and it's always going to be a difficult thing to manage, and it's always going to be there. It's always going to be a factor in my life, and I can't erase it. I don't have like a switch where I could just turn it off and on. Unfortunately, that's not how it works, because if that's how it worked, it would always be off. But unfortunately, I have these problems and I have to work around them. And I've always been a perfectionist, and I've sometimes found myself in places where I'm just really beating myself up about basic human things that I've done, mistakes that I make or human emotions that I have. Sometimes I feel really distraught about being a human and making mistakes. Like I've talked about in my last video, I tend to go from 0 to 60 really quickly, and sometimes I have to just literally stop myself and slow down and stop the progression of these very quickly escalating thoughts. I really just need to stop it in its tracks and just pause for a second and think about how I'm going to feel in an hour. You know what I mean? If I allow this dark place or these feelings or thoughts to continue to escalate and get worse, how am I going to feel in an hour? I'm probably going to feel 100 times worse than I feel right now, and I already feel really shitty right now. So I can't let it get to a point where it's just so bad that it takes forever to get out of it. And I let myself get to that place a lot, and I have these expectations for myself to be able to just deal with everything on my own and not ask for help or anything like that. And honestly, I need to manage my expectations a lot better. I need to be able to accept help. I need to be able to allow people to come in and help me. I need to not push people away when they're trying to help me. I need to accept the things that will be beneficial for me. I need to not push those ideas away either. And overall, I need to manage my expectations when it comes to myself and my expectations for everyone around me, because no human is perfect. Nothing in life is perfect. And unfortunately, not everybody around me or you is gonna know exactly what to say or do in every situation. And And I find myself in places sometimes where I get angry at Theo, for example, because I live with him. I'll get angry at him for not knowing exactly what to do or say in a situation that has to do with me being upset about something. And I need to accept the fact that I'm difficult, first of all, and I don't exactly make it the easiest on him sometimes. And I understand that, and I'm aware of that, and I'm trying my best to work on that. But I need to accept that Theo is a human too, and he has his own things to deal with, and he doesn't know exactly what to say or do all the time, because nobody is going to know exactly what to say or do to make the situation better just like that, because that's not how it works. Things require trial and error, and it's obviously important not to repeat the same mistakes over and over again, because clearly it's not effective. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense to try the same thing that doesn't work over and over again. That doesn't make sense. That's not productive. But for example, if Theo tries something new to help me and it doesn't work, I can't immediately get mad at him and attack him for doing something that doesn't work, because he's trying to help me. And that's really what matters, is that he's trying to help me because he wants to help me. And even though maybe what he did didn't exactly help me, he tried, and he knows that that thing that he did didn't work, and he's not gonna do it again, and he's gonna try something else next time that might be more effective. You know what I mean? Like, that's just an example, but it's just like that could go for anybody that you're in a relationship with or yourself. Like, it's really important for you to understand what truly works for you, and if something doesn't work for you, don't do that again, because it's not gonna change anything. You know what I mean? You already learned it doesn't work. But also at the same time, with that being said, sometimes it takes a while and it requires a lot of trial and error, like I said, to find what really works, and you can't always expect things to work out right away. Things take time, and things require a process a lot of the time. And you know, me being a really impatient person, it's really hard for me to just stop and take a second and recoup and think about what's really effective and what's really productive and what's really healthy for me. I just think I want the solution to come to me right away, and that's not usually how it works. And along with that is just my constant need to be productive. I don't know if anybody who watches my videos struggles with this kind of thing, but along with my managing expectations, I need to manage my expectations for what I'm physically capable of doing. I can't be pushing myself to such extreme levels when it comes to getting things done. I feel like I always need to be getting things done. I always need to be productive. I don't have the luxury of just relaxing, and that is so insane. When I'm in a rational mindset, I completely understand that that's insane to think about, but I have this issue where it's just like, especially when I'm feeling really anxious or I'm alone or emotional or whatever, I'm just not thinking clearly, I'm not thinking rationally, I'm not like distracted or occupied, I guess. I feel like I need to be doing something. I need to be doing something to get something done. I need to be doing something productive. I need to be cleaning. I need to be doing work. I need to be doing this. I need to make money. I need to, whatever. I don't feel like I deserve to relax. And like I said, that's insane. Everybody deserves time to relax, or they go crazy like I have. And I highly recommend preventing yourself from getting to a point where you feel so crazy like I've gotten myself to. And I know that I'm young and I'm perfectly capable of bouncing back, and I really feel like that's an important point to mention too, is that at this age, around this age that I am, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are around this age too, it's okay if you do something that's drastic or it's really intense, or you feel like you've gotten to a place where you can't get back to where you were. It's always possible to get back. It's always possible to bounce back. It's always possible to get yourself to a place where you feel more stable and happier and healthier. And we have the luxury of being young right now, and we're not always gonna have that luxury, and the older we get, the harder it's gonna be to bounce back. But right now we're young and we can do that. And you know, you don't want to abuse that and get yourself to a point where you're like, for life, you're fucked up. But I just think that it's important to not only take risks, but to also accept the fact that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to do things that might cause future problems down the line, as long as you do the proper things to fix your mistakes. Not only fix your mistakes, but to learn from them, truly learn from them, and to apply that knowledge that you know now in the future, and you make smarter choices in the future, I guess, if that makes sense. But ultimately, I feel like it's really important to remind myself, for you guys to remind yourselves that you only live once. I know it's cliche and I know it's cheesy, but you really do only have one life to live, and you should make it count, and you should do anything to cut it short. And we do things that we regret in life, and that happens, and we have to live with that regret sometimes. But it's important to be gentle with yourself and give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Give yourself the credit that you deserve for all the things that you've done in your life. And it's really important to own up to the mistakes mistakes that you've made, not repeat those mistakes, acknowledge that they were mistakes and learn from them, not repeat them, and grow from them. And I honestly just think that the bottom line is that it's really important. I know this sounds really cheesy, but it's just like, do what makes you happy and do what fulfills you. I've personally done so many things in life, and I know that I'm so young and I still have so much more of my life to live, but even so, I've done so many things in my life that, I don't know, I either wound up regretting or I wound up feeling like, what was the point of that, because I wasted so much time. But really, nothing I've ever done was a waste of time, I don't think, because I've learned from everything I've ever been through. Even if it was something so painful and I would never ever choose to live like that, I learned from it. And I've done things that I wish I could take back, but I can't take them back, and I just can learn from them and move on from it and grow from it and not repeat those mistakes. And I don't know, I just think that I really wanted to talk to you guys about that it's okay to give yourself credit for things. It's important not to beat yourself up over mistakes, because we're human and we make mistakes. That's part of the human experience. And I feel like it's just so important to remind yourself to surround yourself with people and an environment and activities that really allow you to thrive and allow you to grow and allow you to learn. And if you're around people or you're in an environment that's holding you back, I would highly suggest doing something to get yourself out of there, because it's taken me a long time to really accept that I need to be my first priority. And that's not selfish, that's not narcissistic, that's not self-absorbed. That is how it is, because I can't truly give my everything to another human being if I can't even accept who I am as a person. How am I gonna accept anyone else? And that's truly something that I've experienced. If I felt more confident in myself, if I felt more stable in myself, if I really was able to accept who I am, then I would be able to open myself up so much more to my boyfriend and to my loved ones. And it's a journey that I'm gonna have to take mostly on my own, and I'm so lucky that I have Theo with me to support me. And like I've told you guys, he loves me so much and I love him so much, and he's always gonna support me, he's always gonna care about me, and I'm always gonna feel the same about him. But a lot of my personal growth journey has to be just with myself, and I'll have him as a support system, but a lot of my internal growth needs to come from my own intrinsic motivation and wanting to get myself well and wanting to heal and wanting to care about myself, because it's been such a challenge for me my whole life, and I've realized how significantly that has impacted the rest of my life. My self-esteem has impacted every other aspect of my life. And when I've gotten into a long-term serious relationship and I'm becoming an adult, I'm going to school, I'm realizing how many of these factors are impacted by my own self-esteem. And if I don't take the proper care of myself and I don't make the priority myself and my health and my happiness, then every other part of my life is gonna suffer. And I don't want to allow that to happen. And I think the fact that I genuinely don't want that to happen is progress in and of itself, because that means that I don't want my life to go down the toilet. I want my life to thrive. I want to get myself to a place where I am accepting of myself. I want to feel confident. I have that desire. I just have to take the steps to get myself there. And that includes going out of my way, even if it's a little uncomfortable, to relax and take care of myself, to sometimes allow myself to spend some money on myself, on coffee or food, or to throw on makeup sometimes, or to watch TV all day and not feel bad about it, or to smoke as much weed as I want to one day. You know what I mean? Like, not feel any obligations to get something done for someone else, and just to do things for myself. And it's a really hard thing for me to do. And like I've talked to you guys about, the hardest things in life are the most worth it. Things that are easy don't allow you to grow or learn or change. Things that are difficult allow you to learn and grow and change. Basically, I plan on making significant changes in my life in order to feel more confident about myself and to take better care of myself and to not feel guilty about taking care of myself. And even though it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be worth it, and I need to be hyper aware and like fully conscious of taking care of myself and doing things to actively show myself compassion, show myself that I am worth this care, because I am. And it's taken me so long to acknowledge this, and even saying this out loud is difficult because I'm having trouble really believing it. But the more I say it, the more I do things to prove that, the more I do things to actively care for myself and prove to myself, I guess, that I'm worth that care. Even though it sounds really twisted, it's what I have to do to show myself that I matter and that I'm I'm worth it. And we all have to do things that are uncomfortable to help us grow and to help us learn and to feel better about our lives and to feel happier. So I guess basically the point of this video was for me to talk about giving myself the benefit of the doubt more, giving myself more credit than I have, and accepting that sometimes the hardest things are the most beneficial in life, and we all have expectations in life, but it's important to manage those expectations so that we don't wind up disappointed. And disappointment is a part of life, but if we can do things to prevent that disappointment, then that's always something that we're gonna want to do, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it wasn't much and it was just me kind of just talking about life, but I really hope some of you guys found this beneficial or just enjoyable, entertaining, whatever. If you have any other video suggestions for me, please let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward to making more videos in 2024. I have so many videos planned and I have so much to look forward to in terms of YouTube. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'm gonna end it here. If you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and share this video and my channel to those who think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. Make sure you guys get copies of my memoir, Battles on the Borderline, and my poetry book, an erratic anthology on my psychology. Make sure you guys stream all my music, my singles, I'm Zoe, I'm Lonely, Retrospection, and This Relationship, and my spoken word album, Metamorphosis, all available on Spotify, Apple, whatever streaming platform you use, as well as my podcast, Ebbs and Flows with Zoe Frenchman, also available on whatever streaming platform you use for podcasts. And make sure you guys follow me on all my other social medias. My Snapchat is Zoe Frenchman, my Instagram is Zoe R Frenchman, my Twitter is Zoe Rebekah F, and my TikTok is Zoe R F420. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!